Welcome to another day in the Matrix, waters above crypto. In today's video, I'm going to share my short-term analysis of this crypto market as we move into this weekend. We have a very important week ahead, so I'm going to share a Gematria decode with some numerology to fill you in on some important dates coming up. And just a reminder, the new month has started on Patreon for the month of November. If you've been waiting to join, I appreciate your support. You can join by visiting patreon.com/watersabove to sign up for the Mastermind community membership, and you'll get instant access to all of my exclusive posts, my weekly Red Pill episodes, which are my technical analysis podcasts. I go over a bunch of altcoins in those episodes. You'll also get access to our community Discord chat and get live updates to see what I'm personally buying and selling. So if you're new here, we do cryptocurrency technical analysis and combine it with Gematria, numerology, and astrology to understand these markets. Feel free to subscribe and turn on the bell notification to stay updated on when new videos come out. And make sure to give this video a like and share this channel with other conscious beings to help grow this community. And for those of you that wanted to learn how to do technical analysis and combine it with Gematria, you can join my Mastermind course. My email is in the description box to get in contact with me for access to the course. And with that being said, let's take the red pill. So a little bit of date numerology. We have today's date as November 5th. This will be the 57 date numerology when you take 11 plus 5 plus 20 plus 21. We know this 57 number is quite important because I've shared it in my past two videos. And we could also see here in the left will be the date of Rosh Hashanah, which was in the 7th of the month of September. And that was the start of the Shemitah, the 7-year cycle, the sabbatical year, which we are currently in until next September in 2022. And you could also see that that date numerology added up to 57 as well. And when you do just standard date numerology, you'd be getting the 21, and today's date numerology is giving you the 12. So that would be reversed. It's pretty amazing how this whole number sequence is matching up really nicely. So yesterday was also giving us 57 days left in the year. Today is giving us 56 days left in the year, and that's really important because this is tying back to Isis as the moon, who is controlling this market on the lunar cycle. So we've been aware of this for a while now on this channel. If you're new here, we've been using the new moon and the full moon to determine the energy of the market and also considering eclipses. And we have an eclipse happening, I believe, in about 2 weeks, on the 19th of November. So this 56 connection is very important because it's coming back to Isis, and yesterday we had a new moon. And what I believe we're seeing potentially is that this new moon bullish energy that we typically get 5 days before up to 5 days after a new moon, we could be seeing this energy severed as of last night. And that was actually exactly how the Shemitah started. So if anyone remembers back on September 7th, which was right here, we actually had that day of the new moon, we started a downtrend into the full moon. Okay, now that's possible to be happening. And just like I said with the new moon, with 5 days before and 5 days after, we could also see the bearish energy end 5 days early before the full moon, as well as 5 days after. So this is something to consider because us getting bearish energy now would actually be preferred because that would keep us on track for new all-time highs in Bitcoin leading into the end of this month around Hanukkah. Okay, and I've exposed this plenty of times how the importance of the Jewish holidays play in this crypto market. Now, this date numerology of 57 is obviously important. Tomorrow's date numerology is extremely important because it gives us 55 days left in the year. And that 55 number is critical with cryptocurrency because it's coming back to Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay, so that's a big connection there that everyone needs to be considerate of. This 55 number is absolutely powerful, and it's anytime you're seeing these double numbers, these angel numbers or master numbers, some people like to call them, we know that they are critical. Now, this connection here is also important because Satoshi Nakamoto is Saturn, and this date numerology that we're getting that gives us that 55 days left in the year is important because that will be on a Saturday. So tomorrow, 55 days left in the year. Also today is November 5th, 11 5. 11 times 5 equals 55. And then we're transitioning into a Saturday, the day of Saturn. Now, this connection can continue to get more intense because this Sunday after that is going to give us the 11-7 date numerology, and 11-7 is giving us Bitcoin, okay? With the 11-7-117, and that date is coming up the following day, which is on a Sunday, the day of the sun, and that's what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is the sun, Ra, Helios, etc. And this will also be the 311th day of the year. Again, 3 times 11 giving us 33. We all know that number 33 is very important with the occult. And then that 54 connection, 54 days left in the year. Bitcoin has that 45. Everything is as above, so below, or mirrored in this reality. So we could keep going on this. It's pretty fascinating. One side note, something that I've been thinking a lot about lately is the Society of Jesus and how the 3 main religions connect all together and their reign over this matrix and how they essentially rule our planet. And this Jesus Christ character is really interesting to me by the code, and this might offend some people. Remember, I am not trying to teach anyone how to think. This is my truth. I am just sharing it. That's why it's called the red pill. So bear with me on this because this is going to blow your mind. All right. Jesus Christ gives us the 36 in Chaldean. Okay. And remember, we have Ethereum giving us the 36 in Chaldean. We also have Bitcoin giving us the 36 in the full reduction. This full reduction cipher is extremely important. Okay. Jesus Christ also giving us the 151 in the English ordinal, which is the 36th prime number. Okay. You're going to start to see how important these numbers are, guys. So Jesus Christ also giving us the 43, and that 43 is the 14th prime number. And who does that turn to? The Creator with the 14 in Chaldean. And remember that 55 we were talking about earlier. Who is the god of crypto? Satoshi Nakamoto, 55. This is important stuff. So this Jesus Christ character is also considered the Lord and Savior. 36 Chaldean. You see where this is going? Also, we got that 52, and that 52 and 65, they're playing a big role in all of this as well. Okay? So this is all coded in. It's obvious. Okay? Also, remember, Jesus Christ with the 43, and we have Alpha Omega. 43 in the same cipher. Beautiful. So this 43 also brings us to the Trinity. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost. 43. This is all coming back to that 14 that I was exposing. Okay? This is where it gets really important, guys. 43. And what is the reverse? That would be 34. And who's that? Neo. The One. Neo is the One, the chosen one, okay? And that's the as above, so below connection there. And one final 36 that I think is absolutely critical is the dragon. 36 in Chaldean, just like Jesus Christ, just like Ethereum, okay? Just like Lord and Savior, all right? The dragon is the sun, the flame, the spark, the energy, okay? And this dragon is the 13th zodiac. 13th zodiac giving us 36. Can we argue this anymore? No, it's impossible. This is 100% coded in, okay? The 13th zodiac, 36. This is absolutely amazing. And what does this 36 really all boil down to, everyone? Because I'm sure that's what we're asking at this point. Well, it's 3 6s. 3 6s giving us the 666, okay? The 666 coming back to the number 18, all right? But this 666 is all about carbon, okay? Carbon, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, right? That's what this is all about, because life is carbon. This matrix is carbon-based, and this is the last thing I'll say before I move on to the analysis. We have carbon-based life forms giving us that 88, but even more important, the 187, okay? Pay attention to what you're about to see. Sun, Sol, Ra, Helios. 187 in the same cipher. The sun, your soul, Ra, the creator. 187. Carbon-based life forms. This comes back to the 666. It's all about carbon, okay? Also, we have that 54 and all of those coming back to Bitcoin with that 45 connection. And Venus, the light bearer, with that 54. And remember that 18 that I was showing you earlier. That 18 is the 666, right? And this fourth six, like we have 46 chromosomes, 4 sixes gives us that 24, and that 24 is the cycle, the day cycle. It is when Horus gets defeated by Set to bring in the nighttime. And then it goes into reverse for the daylight. That is when we have Horus ruling the day, the 24. The 24, Helios. Okay? So I wanted to start this video off with this because it clears up a lot of confusion as to what's going on here with Gematria and how this code works, and how I believe this was a very simple way of showing you how it's all operating. Again, not anything to do with religion, not anything to do with any sensitive topics, just me exposing from a state of neutrality what's happening. The dragon as our sun, and that fills you in a little bit more into what I was talking about in my last video with the dragon, the 13th zodiac, and this connection to the Merovingian bloodline. So I'll leave it at that. Let's get into the analysis. So much to say here, but more importantly, we'll just start off with the macro time frame analysis. I'm going to turn off some of these indicators, and we're going to just go with what we're seeing in our price action. All right. So we see our 3-day closure is actually going to be happening tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, a little bit of a update. I will be doing a live stream tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be excited to hang out with all of you guys if you're able to show up. Anywho, we see that we might have a bearish engulfing candle tonight, which would be welcomed, in my opinion. I would love to see Bitcoin have one last pullback. Definitely a swipe down would be a really nice thing to see. It would not only be a nice thing to see for kind of shaking out anyone in the market, which is necessary before the finality of a bull run, but will also give us opportunities on the altcoins for any last minute accumulations. Again, I am not a bull. I am not a bear. I don't care if this market goes up or down. I am a wolf. I follow the moon. That's how we stay winning, because we're not wanting downside or wanting upside. We'll just take what the market gives us. And ISIS will bring that to us. We just had to wake up to that. Okay? And here we are. We're here completely aware now after months and months and months of me proving this lunar cycle. And it's been beautiful to see us top out when we did recently. It was beautiful to see us top out on the night of Rosh Hashanah and that pullback that came down perfectly into that full moon, followed by the rally into new all-time highs, just like we said would happen all the way back in May. It's beautiful to watch this all play out. Okay, so we have our 3-day close tonight. Another thing we could consider is this 8 simple moving average. If we get a closure below that, that will definitely indicate moving down a little bit more, maybe back testing the 60K area to see how that holds. And then we also have this 888 fib. This 888 fib is a very crucial part of my analysis, something unique that I've brought to the world of TA. And if we get a 3-day closure below that, that would definitely indicate some moves down. At this time, I do not know if we'll swipe down that low. We just have to see how the market closes today because it's a Friday. And that means that around 5:30 to 6 p.m., the traditional stock market and Forex will be closing down. And this will, bring liquidity to the crypto market, whether it's to short or long. We just have to wait and see how that goes. Saturday being that 55 days left in the year, though, is something that I'm definitely open-minded to seeing how that all comes into fruition. So let's look at the 2-day and see if we're getting any answers here. Well, the 2-day is showing us clearly we have a strong amount of trading range in the 60K level. And this 13 exponential moving average on the 2-day is playing a very, very important role in our closures on the macro timeframes. So this 13 EMA right now is sitting at $60,000. We could see that the 21 EMA on the 2-day is approaching 58K. That's very strong because the 21 EMA on the 2-day chart has now surpassed the golden pocket. This is telling me we might not go below 57K ever again. And I've been updating you guys week by week with very, very strong and sound, confident, price levels where I've been saying when we were here, I said, I don't think we're going to see below 50 again. Then we went up here and I said, I don't think we're going to see below 54 again. Now I'm telling you, I don't think we're going to see much below 57 ever again. I'm moving up the bar because that's what analysis is all about. The stronger we are, the more price action we have. This is showing me that we're in the finality of a bull run, and wanting price targets lower is really, really not based in the analysis. So I'm giving you guys the analytical answer. I do not see us going much lower than 57K. If we do, it will be very fast bought up. But when I was telling everyone I don't see us going below 50, we see how that went. When I was telling everyone won't see below 55, we see how that went. And people were wanting more and more and more and more downside. And that's really showing me where things are at with the sentiment. Again, look at what just happened with SHIB. It went up a lot and then it's pulled back around 60% since. But the day that it hit the top was when it was getting all of its publicity. You guys need to learn that this is how they trick people into the market. They want to get you excited when something's inflated, right? And I've even told my community, I want to talk about a coin when it's at 35 RSI, not when it's at 85 RSI. And you see when the masses start to talk about something and the bigger channels start to talk about something, it's already approaching high levels of RSI. And these high levels of RSI are not opportunities anymore, okay? You need to remember what I just said. We want to talk about things that have an opportunity, not things that are up. And a lot of people, when they wake up in the morning, they go to CoinMarketCap, they check the best gainers, and it's just a bunch of shit coins. Of course it's up, because it doesn't take a lot of liquidity to push those coins up, okay? It's gambling. So these investments could be very lucrative, but you need to know TA to know when to actually take action on them, whether that's investing or whether that's de-risking or taking profits, okay? So it's not as easy as just investing in a shit coin and waking up one day and it's up 1,000%, because in the next day it could be down 80% after that. It happens all the time. So pay attention to what matters. Don't get distracted, okay? And what matters most is honestly just the Bitcoin chart. And if you want to learn TA on the altcoins, ETH and XRP will fulfill that for you easily. Don't try to overcomplicate things, okay? That's best words of wisdom when it comes to learning a new skill. If you're unaware of how this market actually works, you're going to need to learn technical analysis. Once you could learn technical analysis, then you're ready to get into Gematria Numerology and Astrology and really start to fine-tune your skill. So this 57,700 level on the 21 exponential moving average would be a gift. Okay, if we get that, that would be a technical level of a pullback, and that would also be just such a beautiful opportunity because we would see downwards pressure on all the altcoins as well. You could see again, remember what I told you, when we get sideways price action on Bitcoin, this will alleviate some of the liquidity and move it into the altcoins. And all the top plays that I'm invested in are doing really well lately because of Bitcoin being sideways. Okay, and I've warned people about this as well. So just to fulfill where we're at with this analysis, the 2-day MACD has actually crossed bearish. That's a sign of weakness. Again, we've been trading with multiple 2-day candles below the prior all-time high level. We wicked above it for a single 2-day candle and then got back below. And this 888 has been holding a very strong support. This swipe down that we got on around the October 28th timeframe that got us close to the 786 was actually done in like a 1-hour candle. I believe it was like 10 minutes. It just swiped down there and then it completely got bought back up. And again, something else I've been telling people to look out for. Everyone right now needs to have limit orders set, okay? Because these moves could happen in your sleep. So the 2-day showing us with this bearish cross, definitely a sign. And then with that 3-day potential bearish engulfing candle and potential closure below the 8 simple moving average on tonight's close, another sign of potential pullback in the making, especially since we've passed through the date of the new moon and we're heading towards that full moon, which is on the 19th. It will be an eclipse. So big energy, right? Now, we can see on the daily chart, this is going to give us a lot of information. We have the 888 holding obviously a very strong support. We can see the 21 exponential moving average on the daily chart is getting close to that 888. And this is showing us a huge piece of information that if we close a daily candle below this 21, that would be our most likely time to see a short-term pullback. And where I see us moving down to would obviously be this 34 exponential moving average on the daily and this 786 Fibonacci. So the top of the golden pocket, it would be a double bottom. So we see the first swipe to the bottom would be around the 28th, 27th of October. This would be a double bottom and it would look like a big W pattern. So the W would be this. And essentially, this would be our neckline. Neckline resistance around 61 to 62,000. And this would give us a pretty nice move to the upside if that fulfilled. Again, with price discovery, I see Bitcoin going to 6 figures pretty quickly, probably within 2 weeks. So we're really just in that final moment right now of a backup phase or somewhat of a last point of supply, checking the market for its supply to see where we're going to go next. And in my opinion, it's all about Hanukkah transitioning into the eclipse of December 4th. That is the big energy date that I'm anticipating Bitcoin to hit its all-time high, which we're a month away, guys. This is insanely close. So let's see how this all plays out, of course. But in the short term, the stock market and the dollar doing what it's been doing lately, it's a lot of manipulation, and it's something we just have to be patient about. We're even seeing Ethereum kind of show a little bit of signs for a short-term pullback as well. So with the analysis, my downside level would be somewhere around 58.5 on the conservative side, and then for a really good move to the downside, it would be 57,500. I do not see much lower than 57 at this time. Let's move on to the Ethereum analysis. Oh, and also for an upside target, it would be the last local highs, which were 64,200. Any 4-hour closures above 64,300, I'm anticipating a retest of prior all-time high. And then any like a 1-hour candle above 67,000 or above 66,800, or just let's call it a new all-time high, we're moving up. That's my upside target. Ethereum's been extremely strong lately. Look at this beautiful parallel channel. I shared this with the Trading Wolves Patreon members recently. I just opened up that tier on my Patreon for those who are looking to be trading alongside me and my community. It's a beautiful thing we have going on there. Definitely going to be taking advantage of that moving into the bear market, where traders are loving life and hodlers are bitching and moaning every day. So this parallel channel was beautiful how it played out. I believe I drew it out sometime near the end of October, and as we've transitioned into November, it hasn't changed. You can see the heart line of this parallel channel has been back tested alongside that 8 simple moving average. This is telling me that a closure below this 8 simple moving average and the heart line would anticipate a swipe down into the 21 exponential moving average, which might be a little hard to see, but it's basically right at the bottom of the support of this trend line, or of this parallel channel, excuse me. So this parallel channel might stay in play for the rest of the bull run, and that tells me that 42,050 might be all as far as we go down. This will be invalidated, of course, with a daily close below the 21 exponential moving average, and then that 888 would be the next level for us to backtest. But this is a very, very strong uptrend. Now, one thing I can say, though, is the RSI is, it's swiping a little bit to the downside, but could it get a bounce like it got back here? Absolutely. Let's look at the 2-day chart, looking insanely bullish, and the 3-day. Okay. So we have a 3-day close tonight. This is looking good. There's nothing to say. The 8 simple moving average is essentially supporting us on the bottom of this parallel channel, which is alongside that 888. Then we have the 13 still kind of around $4,000. So, I mean, it would be a gift to have anything below 4K at this time. ETH has just been really holding up. And what can you say? This is the time for it to shine during the end of the bull run. So yeah, there's only price action into the 1618 ahead of us. That would be the upside target, the 1618. And then on the downside, it would be probably no lower than the 786. we would be really, really lucky to have anything lower than the top of the golden pocket at this time. It's a very similar analysis to Bitcoin, actually. If we are going to get any pullbacks, it's probably going to be to this area right here, around 4,100. But if we really wanted to get bloody, that wouldn't be weird to go down to the top of the golden pocket from a technical perspective. That would be a textbook backup phase in Wyckoff method, like that. The final moment of accumulation before another SOS or another sign of strength. So upside targets is the 1618, and then downside targets would be potentially as low as the 786, but more than likely around 4K. Let's go to XRP. Yeah, XRP's been doing this a lot lately. It just has these pumpy kind of random events. And so let's look at the structure a little bit. We did see a higher high compared to back here on October 10th. So that's a good thing, but we haven't closed really above those levels. Now you can see we are back testing the closure highs in the short term. So keeping daily closes above this 116 level, 117 would be basically back testing the prior closing highs. So we have our prior closing highs on October 10th around $1.16, and that is exactly where we're trading now, which is essentially kind of confirming a prior resistance as a new support. And you can see that all of our moving averages are getting into a upward sloping posture without regarding this 200 simple moving average, which it just is what it is. At this time, the 382 fib is probably as low as we'll go. That'll be our main support level, which will be around the 55 simple moving average. But I wouldn't be surprised if XRP just holds the 21 exponential for the rest of this bull run. If we're gonna get a little bloodier, a back test of the 382, which would be in line with the 55 simple. Or if we're really going to show strength, it would be the 21 exponential and then holding that as a support level followed by higher lows. Okay, so there would be our low, there would be our higher low, and then eventually around this upcoming full moon, even earlier than the full moon, we might get the higher low, and then a new structure is forming, or a reversal. Okay, and I was very adamant that we're probably not going to be seeing new yearly highs for XRP until around the very end of the month, but most likely I'm putting more bets on seeing yearly highs for XRP around early December, the eclipse timeframe. So that would mean somewhere around like the 2nd or 3rd of December, I could see XRP getting to that $2. And is that possible? Because a lot of people would think like, oh my God, that's a big move. Let's just say it held the 110 level, right? And moved up until early December. We're only 80% away. That's nothing, okay, for XRP. XRP does this shit in its sleep, right? I mean, we've seen it happen before where once it gets going, it just really goes, 44%, then the following day, 20%, consolidation, a couple days after that, 35%, 2 days after that, an additional 10, then following an additional 22. This is very easy, okay? XRP does this all the time where it has a fractal pattern, it repeats it, and then it pumps. Now, the big thing is I believe on this next pump we're going to get, it's not going to be a Bart Simpson head. It's going to be a syringe top, okay? So it's going to be something like this. This is what I'm anticipating. It looks fucking crazy, but people want to know. So I'm going to end the video on this. So it's going to be like this. That's how it's going to look, okay? It's going to be a syringe top, like a CGI dildo top. That's what we're going to see, okay? It's not going to be a Bart Simpson head like it has been lately. It's going to be a blow-off, right? And that's where it's a little tricky. So the patience will get rewarded, but you need to remember, have an exit strategy in place. Don't get greedy because these blow-off tops, you're not going to be seeing a return to highs up until maybe the year of 2024. So you don't want to lose out on that opportunity just because somebody's selling you on this idea of ISO 20022 and the SEC lawsuit and all that bullshit, okay? Now, you heard it here. I am very adamant that all this court stuff is just theater to shake out retail investors. The smartest investors always buy fear, okay? But on the other side of things, the smartest investors always sell the greed and sell the pipe dream news that is injected into people who are unsophisticated at analyzing this market. And who does that happen to be? 95% of investors. So this is a game that is played by many, but mastered by very little, right? And we might be one of the few communities out there on the world stage that's actually helping people see through this. And it's a beautiful journey, how far we've come. So that'll wrap up the video. I hope everyone enjoyed this analysis today and the decode we started out with, giving you a little bit of understanding of what's going on here with Gematria. Remember, the new month has started on Patreon for anyone who's looking to join the Mastermind community membership, and also the live stream tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm excited to hang out with the Wolf Pack. Have a beautiful rest of your afternoon. Much love.